Hello, this lecture video here is a supplementary video because some students feedback that my demonstration of Microsoft Excel was a bit too fast. Alright, so let me take things very slow, slow and easy for you so that you can see exactly what to do. Alright, so let's begin with something simple. Alright, we start with lecture activity 2-1 activity 1. Yeah, the very simple thing we can do is just do this sum. Okay, now notice that when you type the first few letters after the equal sign, okay, a menu actually comes up to help fill things up for you. So if you're lazy to type, you can just click on it and it will put in the first part of the formula. Now let me teach you the standard ways of selecting cells before I teach you shortcuts. Alright, so here's a standard way. You just click and select the cells that you want to sum. Alright, then you close bracket and press the enter button, just like that. Alright, now what other things can we do? Oh, notice here there's this little exclamation mark. Okay, sometimes Excel tries to be very helpful, so it's telling you, oh, you didn't like count all the cells and stuff like that. Alright, so it's useful to sometimes take a look at that. Now, one of the things that you might want to pay attention to is the number formatting, right? So if you want, you can always click on these buttons to adjust the number of decimal places that you want to show. Alright, okay, now so this is the standard way, right? We can always adjust the formula, click on it, and then you can adjust the selection box, or if you prefer, you can just delete everything in here and continue to drag. So the traditional way is you just drag all the way down to the bottom, right? Very slow. So here's a faster way. Okay, you can do your sum formula, click the first cell, and then if you're using Mac, press Shift Command down, or if you're using Windows, Shift Control down. Okay, so here's what happens when you do it. Wow, the thing selects automatically for you, right? So close bracket, enter, ta-da, we're done. Now here's a shortcut, but for this method, use with care, because you can accidentally include things you don't want to include. Okay, so we can do the formula again, and instead of selecting cells, we can click on the column letter, and then it selects the entire column. Right, so far this is good, but why is it dangerous? Let's say, for example, okay, notice here the number right now is 1131.27, right? What happens if now at the last line we have something called an average span? Okay, so we're going to do the average, and then we close. So our average is $8. You go back up here, you notice the number just changed. We only wanted the total expenditure, but because our selection includes the entire column, we have an average number there that also gets counted. So we need to be very careful when we use shortcuts like this. Alright, so let me just get rid of that for a bit. Ta-da. Okay. Alright, now let me teach you one other cool trick. Okay, so look at this Excel sheet. We have the date on the left, right? What if I want the day of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? So I can use a formula called text, right? Text, and then you choose the cell, okay, and then you specify the formatting. In this case, the formatting will be DDD. Then you close, right? Ta-da! Then you, wow. Okay, so you can just fill up all the dates. Oh, that's right. Now, wait, let me just redo that. Okay, now there's a few ways to, when you work with formula, you can actually drag things down. Okay, and notice what happens. You look over here, A2, right? If I go to the next cell, it changes to A3. I go down, it changes to A4, A5, A6. Now, if for whatever reason you want the reference to stick to, this is A2, right? So if for whatever reason you want the reference to stick to A2 only, right, then you can use the $sign. If you put the $sign here, alright, what's going to happen? You will lock the column. So let's just do this for a bit. When I lock the column, what's going to happen? Friday, Friday, Friday. Notice how it's still A2, right? But if I drag it down, the $sign is on the letter, right? So it only locks the column, but it doesn't lock the row. So by dragging it down, I have just changed that. I only changed the row but not the column. If I can do this just to demonstrate, notice it's still column A, right? It's still column A, but for row 3 now. Okay, let's undo all this. Okay, so we can click and drag. A quicker way, a super quick way, is to just, you see this little square over here, double click that. Okay, wow, sweet, right? So nice. Now let's try to do the sum of all expenditure for the day. So what can we do? We can use a function, a formula called sum if. All right. Now, every time you forget how to use an Excel formula, you can always look at this thing here. Every time you type a formula, they always remind you how to use it. So this is the range, this is the criteria, this is the sum range. Okay, what on earth does it mean? Now, if and when you don't know how to use a certain formula, that's all, your good friend Google can help you. Okay, so you can always go to Google, there's always YouTube, but let me just explain to you sum if. Alright, since this is something I covered in the lecture. Now, for sum if, you need to state what are the cells, the range is what are the cells that we need to look at to see if it satisfies a certain condition. Alright, so in this case, we want to look at these cells because we want to what do we want to do? We want to find out what is the total spend for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Oh, that's right, I forgot to do that. Monday, Tuesday, and then you know what's one good thing about Excel? You can just click and drag. Wow, and Excel actually knows how to fill it up for you. Clever, right? You can also do the same for like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? You drag. Wow, 4, 5, 6. It tries to do pattern recognition. So if like, as you notice, there's a pattern, right? So it thinks that there's a pattern here, so it follows a pattern. Now, what if I just want all numbers, right? Then you just select this, and then you just choose general. Then everything's fixed. If you want currency, you go back to currency, and voila, right? Okay, so let's do the sum if, right? Sum if I want it to look at all the days here, and I want it to sum the expenditure only if it says Monday. So I select all this, okay, comma. Then what's the criteria? The criteria would be this, Monday, okay. Then where do I find the amount to add? It's over here, right? So you select all this, and then you close bracket. So total expenditure for Monday is $43.36. You click and drag down. Ta-da! And you notice that my cell reference notice what just happened. My cell reference moved down by one row. Okay. So and this is a problem. Look at that. So this one moved down by another row. This one moved down another row. So that means actually my calculation is problematic, right? Why is that the case? Because I did not lock my cell reference. Okay, so I need to lock it. So we put a $ next to the letter, put it next to the number, you lock the row and the column. Okay, and then the blue color refers to this, right? I want the entire set here. So I don't need to move when I click and drag. The red color, I don't mind it moving because as it moves down, it will look at Monday, then go down, look at Tuesday, go down, look at Wednesday, right? So that's okay. I don't need to lock that. But for column F, sum range, right? I need to look at all these cells over here. So I put a $sign. Then I put a $sign, $sign, $sign. Just like that. Then press enter. Now let's click and drag. So some of the numbers have changed because I have already corrected the formula. Now, I can do the same. There's another formula called average if. Okay, so calculate the average expenditure for that day if that day is met lah. That day is Monday. Yeah. So I just change that to average ifs, and ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Very simple. Okay. So let me teach you now how to do a pivot table, alright? Because Excel formulae are very, very good, very versatile. You can do 101 incredible things with it. But what if you're in a hurry, right? Ain't nobody got time for that, right? So what we can do is we can highlight all the columns, alright, over here. Now, the traditional way, if you're using an older Excel version, is to go to click data and then summarize with pivot table. But I just learned that Microsoft actually changed a couple of things recently, especially if you're using Windows. So you have to go to insert, and there's this thing. They renamed the formula. I can't believe it, right? So for so many years it's been called pivot table. Now they change it to pivot chart. Alright. So click the pivot chart button or the data and the insert pivot table, right? then you already highlighted it, so you don't need to worry about it, and then just click OK. Ta-da! Okay, so when you go by insert pivot chart, it actually automatically plots a chart for you, which is, yeah, okay, pretty cool. Now let's try to recreate what we did just now. Right, we wanted to find the total expenditure for the for each day of the week, right? Okay, so you can, what happened? Okay, so you can click day and then drag it to the axis or the row, and then we can click amount. Ta-da! Alright, so here Excel will try to automatically find out which formula you want to use. Right, so in this case it has decided that you wanted to find the total sum of the amount. So we know that, okay, on Sunday you spend this much, on Saturday you spend this much, and right? If I don't want the sum, I can change to the average. Ta-da! So now you know on average I spend this much on Sunday, on average I spend this much on Monday. Here's the values anyway. Yeah, I can also do things like I can count the number of transactions. So on Sunday, all my Sundays for the month of March, I spend 25 transactions in total. Yeah, Saturday I spend 29 transactions in total. Right, now I can do a further breakdown. I can, let's say, pull by category. Wow, okay, so I can see the category. I have F&B, miscellaneous, shopping, transport, everything's on there. Okay, now, so that's how you use a pivot table. Let's see, what other things can I do? Okay, now let's say I don't want to do category. Right, I can just look at this. Let's say I want to look at the total expenditure by day. Now there's this other function I can use. It's called insert slicer. Alright, now let's go by category. This will allow me to easily slice and see the breakdown of expenditure. So this is the total expenditure. This is the expenditure for F&B. Wow, Saturday spend a lot on food and drinks. This is the expenditure for miscellaneous. Only on Saturday, one miscellaneous expenditure. Shopping. This person very disciplined. Only go shopping on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Transport. Tuesday expenditure is quite high. Yeah. Alright. So that is the slicer function. Okay, I think I've said all that needs to be said about pivot tables. Okay, now let's move on to talk about filter. Yes, so let's go to 2-2. Alright, yes, this is our exam welfare pack stuff, right? Okay, so filter is very powerful, right? So you can use the filter function to easily filter stuff like, who are so this is the list of people wanting welfare packs, right? So here are the BIS people, here are the FASS people, here are the Faculty of Engineering, Faculty of Science, SDE, computing people. Very good. Okay, filter is very powerful because we can use it to find mistakes. Okay, for example, let's say this guy, I put like meh, School of Meh. Okay, so if I want to see if there's a mistake somewhere, I can just quickly look at the filter and I see, this is not something that I wanted, right? So I can unselect everything and then I select this. Okay, now I got the meh. So I can just change this accordingly, which is SOC, right? Now, okay, what can we do? Conditional formatting. Yeah, we can use conditional formatting for a variety of tasks, right? So let's go to conditional formatting. They have highlight cell rules. Okay, so you have greater than, less than, between, equal to, text contains, something, a date occurring, or duplicate values. Now, in the example in the lecture videos, I taught you about duplicate values, right? So we can choose that, and then we can say, okay, only format unique or duplicate values. Yeah, or if you want, you can just change to other rules. You can go and play around with it. So I can say, by default, duplicates will be highlighted red. You don't like red, you can choose green. You don't like green, you can just put red text or red border or whatever. Got customized formatting here. Okay, so you can just click OK. Now, if you scroll, you see this one, Phoebe Nada, right? So we got 2 duplicates. Now, we can also use the filter function to filter by color. So you click on that, ta-da, you got the color already. Then you don't. You can just select all. Now, one thing to note is for filter, you can also type A0 and then 01. Okay, and then you only filter out the first few letters. Okay, very good. Now, so what do we have to do? Yes, VLOOKUP. Okay, so how do we do the VLOOKUP? the key thing with VLOOKUP is you always need to first identify what is the search key. If you want your VLOOKUP to be accurate, you must always use a search key that is unique. VLOOKUP has 4 inputs, so the search key is the first input. Second input is where on earth do you want to pull the data from, right? So where do we want to pull it from? We want to pull it from this spreadsheet, okay? The third input is which column do you want to pull. So, well, we got column 1, column 2. Don't know which column? Then we insert both later, okay? The fourth input requires you to say whether you want exact match or approximate match, right? So if you want an exact match, you type a 0. So let me type very slowly for you, okay? Equals VLOOKUP. Yeah, this is a slow-mo video, right? So equals VLOOKUP. Lookup value will be matriculation number. You can just click the A to highlight everything. Okay, then you press the comma button. Now we need to select the array of data. So we highlight the 2 columns. Okay. Now press comma. Column index number. Which column do you want to pull? Now let's say we want to pull the matriculation number, right? So we use 1 because column 1, right? Range lookup. Yeah, I want exact match. So 0. Or in this case, you can put false lah. There's a menu to help you. Yeah, 0 and false mean the same thing, right? Okay, maybe just for clarity, consistency, the lecture videos are put at 0. Okay, then press enter. Ta-da! Then you can this little green square here. Double click. Okay, wonderful. Let's put this thing. Type something here. Okay, check. It's called check 1. This one will be check 2. Alright. Whenever you put in new headings, you need to redo the filter. So off, on. Okay. Then I can use this to select only the NA people. NA means they do not exist in the official student list. Oh, look at all these NA people. Wow, so many NA, right? Now, this means that all these matriculation numbers cannot be found. Like you see this Daphne Go, I do a Control F, search. Control F, don't have. So that's why there's an NA, right? Now, so this gives me the list. This here list is a list of people whose matriculation numbers do not appear in the official student list. Now, we can go a step further. So let's okay, let me just do one more time. Okay, VLOOKUP. Okay, then highlight the matriculation number because that is our search key. Then we highlight the array of data. Now we want column 2. We want to pull in the names, right? Okay, and then we put 0 again. Enter. Okay. So okay, let me teach you a trick. So I can hide stuff. I can also unhide stuff. Right? Okay, so I can let's just unhide. Let's just hide it. Okay, let's just hide this too. So you can see. Now you can do an eyeball check. You can go, okay, Iman Soma, Madhuri Chang, Ruf Yong, Kevin Kwa, Daphne Go. Okay, Daphne Go doesn't exist. Okay, Ne Yan, Gail Sim. I created some random name generator so that's why you have very weird looking names. Okay, now if we do this manually, what are we doing? We say, okay, Iman is a match, right? So real student. Name matches Madhuri Chang, name matches. Then if we go down the row and then we see see this one, Joey Krishna Muti, and then the official student list says that this matriculation number belongs to the student called Jacinta Hong. Then you know this person is bluff right? Put in a fake name. This person wants a welfare pack, but you fake a student matriculation number. Okay, so this is not a match, right? Now, how do we do it in a way that will not be painful to us, right? So we can use this formula called if, right? So we can say if the name in this cell equals to the name in this cell, right? Comma. Now, then we need to say, what do you do if the name equals the name in this cell equals to the name in this cell? Well, say if it matches, it says it matches. It matches. If not, then what do we say? No match. Okay, then close bracket, enter. Okay, then we can fill up the rest, and then now we can do a filter. Ta-da! NA means the matriculation number was not even in the official student list. If it says no match, means we got the matriculation number, but the name is not in the official student list, right? This is the column B contains the name of people that they gave the name for the registration. Column H contains the names from the official student list. So this fella is supposed to be Alan Wu, right? But here we have Nidra Ong, right? So no match. Okay, so what do we do if we want to finalize? So it matches. So all we want are the it matches people, right? And then so basically we have already finalized our list lah. Okay, well of course we forgot to delete the duplicate, so we can delete here. Okay, no, that is not very efficient, right? So what's the efficient thing to do? The efficient thing to do is you filter by color first, okay, and then you delete the duplicate, and then you delete the duplicate. Ta-da! Okay, so let's select everyone again, and now this is our final list. Okay, so now you can start handing out welfare pack to all these people. Ta-da! Job done. Okay. Alright, okay, so I hope that you found this very useful. Please let me know if you still have questions, okay? You drop me an email. There's always the Telegram helpline and the clinic session, alright? That's also the forums lah. Now remember, your university, every question is a good question, alright? So don't be afraid to ask, okay? I'm very happy to help you out, alright? Okay, I'll see you around in FASS. Bye!